WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. We are joined by the NFL crew for the second straight week. A lot of stuff's going down. And Joe, we have some breaking news in the NFL. So what is going on? What's happening?
All right. So it's 1:20 p.m. Eastern right now. And at 1:04, 16 minutes ago, Adam Schefter tweeted a bombshell. So the Miami Dolphins are trading away their number 3 pick to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for this year's number 12 overall pick, this year's 3rd round pick, which was a comp for the Robert Saleh hiring, and then their 1st round picks in 2022 and 2023. So that's 3 first rounders for the next 3 years and this year's 3rd rounder just in exchange for the Dolphins' number 3 picks. So there's a lot of moving parts now. So what this does is this tells me that not only the 49ers are going to be taking a quarterback, and it looks like now the Jets are going to be taking a quarterback at number 2, as these are the dominoes that are going to fall. So just first reactions, I think it's very good on Miami. It shows they're sticking with Tua and they're doing a tremendous job at compiling picks and building for the future. San Francisco, they better get this right because this is a huge haul and this is a win now roster. I'm thinking that it's going to be Justin Fields at number 3, and I think that he would fit really well with what Kyle Shanahan wants to do.
And something that you didn't say that I think that I get out this trade, Deshaun Watson's not going either of those places.
Unless, I mean, Miami does now have a haul of picks.
Now, but I think too. Deshaun Watson has his own things going on. We're just not going to talk about that. But just think about it. I think both of those teams, they're out. I think they're out of it. What are you guys' first reactions on this? This is a big trade, very big trade.
Tristin, I'll throw it to you.
I mean, in the middle of, as I mentioned before, in the middle of talking about the NBA, I'm trying to keep myself composed. In the middle of someone talking, I see this news, and I just can't help but have my eyes widen. It's big, like you guys say. I think it's pretty clear the Niners are going to pick a quarterback here. Who it is, Joe seems pretty confident on it being Justin Fields. I don't know. I think. Obviously, we can say it's not going to be Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville seems like they're going to have that pretty in lock. You're probably pretty happy about that. I don't know. I do like the fact, like Joe said as well, that the Dolphins seem like they're going to stick with Tua, at least give him the chance, not kind of pick another quarterback yet. I'm interested to see how this plays out, man. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, I am too. It's crazy. This is crazy, Nijee.
So I don't know either, but I don't think Justin is going to make it to the 3rd pick. I think the Jets going to pick up Justin Fields. I don't know. I have a feeling. But like with the 3rd pick, the 49ers definitely going to get a QB. So either going to be Trey Lance or Zach Wilson. So we going to see right there. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you, Nijee. I think the Jets are gonna. I think they're buying into the Fields hype. To me, I think 3 quarterbacks are gonna go in the first 3 picks. Definitely Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. That's just my opinion, and I think that's how we're gonna see it. Jimmy, what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, the 49ers apparently have no plans to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, which is an absolute lie. There's no way you're going to keep both of them and expect to have a functional locker room. But you look at this, I think it's going to be Justin Fields at 3. I think Zach Wilson, you can pencil it at number 2. I think what this does, this increases the value of the number 2 pick now that we know what the 49ers are going to do, because you don't trade 3 draft picks, 3 first-round draft picks, and a 3rd to not get a quarterback. So they're going quarterback. I think this increases the Jets' value of their pick. I think the Jets should trade down because unless you're absolutely certain Zach Wilson or Fields can be better than Darnold, even though you have nothing around him, I think you should trade down if you're the Jets. But the 49ers are going to look to be innovative with Kyle Shanahan and potentially Justin Fields or Zach Wilson if he falls to 3. But it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. And we finally got some breaking news on the NFL block. This normally doesn't happen. Usually, like, once we go right off the air, something breaks. But it's good that this broke before we were able to record this. Now, moving on. Free agency, the free agency this year, I think this was one of the better free agency years. And we have a lot of new faces and new places. Joe, I know you like that one. And Joe, we're going to go to you. Which free agent do you think is going to have the biggest impact on their new team this upcoming season?
Well, the Browns front office said it the best this week. Guys like John Johnson III do not hit free agency very often. We're talking about a 25-year-old safety. We're going to look at his stats here. 350 tackles, a forced fumble, 8 picks and 32 pass deflections. But what I love so much about this guy is the Rams had big names, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, obviously on defense, but John Johnson's versatility. I mean, he could line up at corner. He could line up in the box. He stops the run. He is dominant in coverage. This guy is a Swiss Army knife that I think the Browns have the coaching to utilize well.
And he's going to one of the better defenses in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
The Brown. I like the Browns for next year. Not saying no Super Bowl, nothing crazy, but I think the Browns will make the playoffs again. Jimmy, who you got?
I got Patrick Peterson, the 8-time Pro Bowler, going to the Minnesota Vikings. Cam Dantzler, Jeff Gladney, those are their 2 rookie cornerbacks that the Vikings had starting last season. And if you don't know who they are, don't worry, you're not alone. But Patrick Peterson is going to provide that veteran leadership to the Vikings secondary. We saw him get rid of Xavier Rhodes. Trey Wayne's gone. The secondary really struggled last season. He's going to provide that boost that they desperately need in a defense that struggled last season.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Patrick Peterson. It's gonna be nice to see him in a different uniform. Definitely one of the better cornerbacks of his era. Nijee, who you got?
It's been a sad offseason, losing for a Lions fan, but a great offseason for the Giants. So by getting Kenny Galladay, so I'm telling all Giants fans, I got a dog out there. He was injured last season, but the two seasons before that, he had 65 catches, 1,190 yards. Season before that, 70 catches, another 1,000-yard season. He's a monster down there, number 1 receiver. And I just feel like this move right here, it just set in tone to see if Daniel Jones is the future QB for the Giants. So. Yeah. I got a dog with that. And then
he's going to throw dimes or he's going to fall down. We got to see which one Dan Jones is going to do. Now, Tristin, we know you're the resident Cowboy fan on this block. Who this free agency? Who do you think is going to be the best from this free agency class?
So, as you say, as the resident Cowboy fan, it does pain me to say this, but I'm going to expand on what Nijee said. Kind of give you like a loophole kind of answer. The Giants as a whole, sadly, have impressed me this offseason so far. Kenny Galladay gives Daniel Jones a clear number 1 receiver, and it only opens up more options for someone like Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton as well. They improved on their offensive line, which is huge because Saquon Barkley is good without one. Can you imagine even a slightly better one? They signed a corner that I was really hoping the Cowboys would try to look at in Adoree Jackson. Listen, man.
I hear it in your voice, Tristan.
At the end of the day, the Giants could potentially be really good this season. I don't know about let me take that back because there's still it's kind of reminiscent about of that 2016 kind of boom off season they had. Everyone thought that they were making big money moves, and they were. Then they went 11-5, and then everything fell apart afterwards. But who knows?
Dave Gettleman's seat is blistering.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went on to that, not just the talent on the field. Because bad, I can see Joe. Joe already know what's going on. But let's move from bad coaching to some good coaching. Bill Belichick. A lot of people doubted him off of his first season without Tom Brady since 2000. But look. Joe, this free agency, he went crazy. He finally had some cap room, and he definitely signed some free agents. So, do you think this makes him the favorite in the AFC East, especially with the Bills in there?
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that I was going to feel differently. I thought I was going to see the Patriots make a boatload of moves and be excited, but really, I thought it was sad. I said, this is what franchises like the Browns do, what franchises like the Giants in recent years do. This is not the Patriot way. They don't just throw money to just get rid of their draft mistakes. It seems like Bill saw Tom Brady hoist the trophy and got a little anxious and spent big money. Of course, a lot of great players, Judon, Henry, Jonnu Smith, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson Aguilar, good pieces. and they're going to get the guys coming back. But no, I don't think they're better than Buffalo. And I thought that I was going to be more excited, but then there's no single move here other than maybe Matthew Judon that really excites me and really makes me think that they're better than Buffalo.
Nijee?
I disagree with Joe completely. A with him. Big Money Bill? You gonna go against Big Money Bill? He came to his all season saying, you know what? We made mistakes in the past. He saw Tom Brady, how he said, you know what? Free agent is the move. So he throwing all his money to free agents. He got 2 good tight ends, not one, but 2 good tight ends. And like mind you this, a lot of New England Patriots players opted out last season, and they all coming back this season. So imagine that with all these new players. So Big Money Bill making big money moves.
Hey, look, I didn't expect Bill Belichick to do this, but I was fairly surprised. Tristin?
I think what Joe said is pretty accurate. I think Bill Belichick saw Brady hoist that trophy. I think there was some anxiousness there. I think even more so, a little bit of jealousy. I think Tom Brady was able to prove that he didn't need Bill Belichick to succeed. And Bill Belichick, though this is only the first year finished, Bill Belichick hasn't had that opportunity to prove that he doesn't need Tom Brady now. I do like the Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry options. Kind of gives Cam Newton weapons, but it's Cam Newton.
Yeah, and he's the best.
Whoa. I'm sorry. We not. My fault. I'm sorry, but we're not going throw no Cam Newton slander in this block right now.
I agree with that. I think that's very unfair to judge Cam Newton based on last year. I mean, the guy was playing with the practice squad.
I'm not going to argue against either of y'all.
It's true. I'll give you that.
Some valid points. Jimmy, what's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, you like to see the Patriots try to make an effort to improve. I mean, all of our lifetime, the Patriots were the dominant dynasty of the NFL. I think the key here is Josh Allen still 4,500 yards. Stephon Diggs still an amazing season. The Bills kept Brian Daboll. He did not get a new head coaching job. The Bills are still going to be the favorites. They had Emmanuel Sanders. You like the holes they fill. 2 tight ends set, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. Like to see in the Gronk, Aaron Hernandez days going back. Cam Newton can keep them in games. I think they'll be a playoff sleeper, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, I think they're going to be one of the last teams to get into the playoffs this year. Maybe 10-6, 9-7 record. But quickly, gentlemen, last question of the day. There's a lot of guys still out there. There's a lot of guys that have not been signed yet. Joe, will go to you first. Of the free agents who has not been signed yet, and there's a few big names, who do you think is the best out of them?
Well, first of all, now there's another bombshell being dropped. Apparently, the Eagles are giving the number 6 and the number 156 pick to the Dolphins for the number 12 pick and a later round pick. So we'll just, I don't even know what to make of that. I'm going to focus on it right now. Richard Sherman is the guy. I mean, you want to talk about high IQ, just a solid guy for the locker room. The question about Sherman is he's not a scheme fit everywhere at corner, but I think that at this point in his career, he can still play a solid corner, and you can get a lot of value for that kind of contract. I trust Sherman. He has the mental edge to really put himself over the top.
Jimmy?
Give me the number 1 or former number 1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, a premier pass rusher in this game. We know how important edge rushing is when it comes to building a championship team. Look at what the Buccaneers did last season. He's got 3 Pro Bowl selections, 32 sacks, over 230 tackles in his career. You match him up with, I want to see him go to the Cleveland Browns, put him on alongside with Myles Garrett. That would be absolutely deadly. He's still a lot of talent. Little underperformed for the number 1 pick, but he's still a Pro Bowl caliber player if he's at his best and plays a full season. So look for him to go to contender. Hopefully the Browns. That would be fun.
Nijee? Close it out. You're the last one. Close it out today.
Me got right now. So for me, I see Logan Ryan, the veteran corner, the former veteran corner from the Titans. I see him going to like a contender team because, like the Packers, match him up with him and Jair, and the Packers just re-signed Desmond King, so we could Devin King, I forgot. We could
get Kevin King. He calls him a Super Bowl appearance probably.
Yeah, so have Logan Ryan is a nice veteran corner. He not really serving, but he could wait. I seen him go to a contender team before the offseason done.
Yeah. I mean, bombs are being dropped on us while we're recording. Like, this is crazy today. Today was a fun episode, though. We got a lot of stuff going, but that's all for this week on WP Sports Desk. Join us in 2 weeks, as we will not be here next Friday, as we are on spring recess. Do not forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you for all the cast and crew. Thank you guys for coming out this Friday, having some fun with us, kicking it. And I'd like to give a special thank you to our studio manager, Al Clarke. For everyone at the desk, I'm Samory Rose. See you guys next week.